So these tow mirrors are actually Syppo, is how I would pronounce it, I guess. They are an aftermarket tow mirror company. And my biggest thing with the tow mirrors, I have Bliss. So it's a 22 pin, but I also wanted power mirrors. But it's a huge undertaking to be able to put the power telescoping and all of that tow mirrors on XLT or XL, STX, stuff like that, because you would need a whole new switch on the door, a new wiring harness inside the door. It is crazy expensive and a lot of work to get that when you can just get manual tow mirrors. So that's what I did. I just needed Bliss equipped tow mirrors, and they have them. So let's unbox them here. And yes, I did already cut the tape, but no, I haven't taken them out. So packaged very nice. Definitely secure. They're not busted, broken. Let's get them out and take a look at them. Okay, so there's both tow mirrors with the bags off of them. Foam all over them. They'll blow off in the storms that we're getting tonight. Then you get their little socket tool, 4 nuts to secure it back onto the truck, and your wiring harness, and brief instructions. So this will add to the instructions. Of course, you got to take the old ones off, put the new ones on, put in or take off the screws, plug it in, make sure it works, put it back on. So let's go ahead and do that. Before we do, like I said, I found ones that are Bliss enabled. So as long as you have Bliss on your truck, these will work. You're good to go. And then they're also heated and all of that. Of course, and you do have a turn signal right here on the glass itself on both sides. So, and puddle lights. So let's go ahead and get these in and see how they work. All right, the first step of the install, of course, is going to be taking this plastic cover off. You can use a plastic trim tool or just use your fingers. Pull it out and it'll pry off. That simple. And then these are your wires. Now, of course, I have more wires because I put in the running light harness from Boost Auto. And that should make the tow mirrors have running lights as well, because if you have 8-pin tow mirrors, of course you wouldn't have the running light, so you could buy the harness from Boost Auto. And then these, of course, will now give these 22-pin without running lights. But we got to take this nut off, and then these 2 nuts, this one here and then the one down here, to remove the front. Now, of course, make sure your windows are down, so when you take them off, you can hold on to the mirror so you don't smash it. Let's go ahead and take those bolts off. Should be 10. Yep, 10. So, not an impact, regular one. Impacts at work. Guess I need a socket or a ratchet. All right, so I actually just took out all 4, these 2 nuts and then these 2 bolts, and it is still stuck there pretty good. I'm assuming from this they did a little adhesive. So let's go ahead and pull that off. I think I'm gonna need 2 hands for this. And there we go. Yep. So that's your back of your mirror. Yep, just pull straight out. Empty slot. So let's set this down and grab the tow mirror. All right, so on the end of the tow mirror connector, one, of course, make sure you get the right side. Don't try to put the passenger side on the driver's side and vice versa. But the foam here on this side, I did have to push it around the clip a little bit. It was hanging over, so I just had to push it around the edge. So when I plug it in, it's not pinching the foam inside. But the studs, they do have these covers on them, which is actually really nice. I really like that they took the time to take care of the threads on these, so they don't get damaged during shipping or anything like that. So that way they're nice and secure when you put them on the truck. So now, of course, all we're going to do is line them up, stick the studs through the hole, and bolt it back on. All right, so the mirror is now on. Now, I would like to point out that on here, when you install it, it's not going to sit completely flush. If you guys see that, I can get my finger up underneath there a little bit. You got to pull it tight with the bolts. Because if you look, you can see that it's placed properly. You just got to pull it in with the bolts. And I did reuse the factory nuts on here. I don't see why to use the other ones. These fit, they're the same size. So let's go ahead and reuse these. Especially because the flange part here is bigger on these. So let's pull them in here a little bit more. Now I'm not pulling them completely tight. I want to make sure it lined up first. Pulling it in. The plug is in the right opening. It did seal tight here and here. So yeah, I can go ahead and finish tightening them the whole way down, and the mirror's in. Good to go. Let me finish tightening them down, and we'll plug in their harness, which we must get over here. Grab one of these and plug them in. Okay, people, so if you already have 22 pin mirrors, you don't need this, or 8 pin. Either way, this is an adapter harness. I don't need it. I already have 22 pin, so it will work with this. That's an adapter. I don't need it. But, so I went ahead and hooked it up. Everything's tight, but you want to make sure that it works before you close it up and everything else. And it works. Good to go. That's, of course, the outside. Inside, with plastic still on. And let's turn on, well, gotta put the key in. Okay, so the turn signal is on, and you saw the bliss light just come on, so it's working. There's the turn signal there on the glass, which is pretty cool in my opinion, and working on the front side. So it is done. It is that simple. Do the exact same thing for the passenger side. Pull the trim tab off, 4 bolts, plug it in, pull it off, put the new one in, 4 bolts back in, plug it in. It is that simple. Initial impression, they're very nice. Of course, these, like I said, the power telescoping and everything is too much of a hassle. This is manual, so you would just pull these out. Let's shut the door here. So you just pull these out. Of course, if you're towing, to make them wider, put them back in. See if the glass changes here. And there's the glass tilting. There you go. Everything works. Everything looks great. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Of course, the link will be in the description. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please comment below. I'll help and answer anything I can as usual. Hope you guys have a great evening, great rest of your week, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See y'all later.